So SOPs are really important. It's a key concept I want you guys to understand. And so at the end of an action team, what Marge did is she started writing standard operating procedure. Here's the way we set the equipment up. Here's the way the materials come in. Here's the way we do this and this. So everything can be standardized from the time the sale is made to the time you end up shipping it out and getting paid. Okay? So standard operating procedures can be a flow chart, something people can follow. They can be a checklist. Checklists are pretty powerful. Before I jump into the F-15 and fly it off, here's my checklist. I make sure that I follow the process every time because it's the best, safest way to get that jet in the air. A video can be helpful in terms of how to do something as a training process. Pictures. I had a bakery once, and they made really great cookies with smiley faces on them. And she had consistently, sometimes the smiley face didn't look all that happy. So what she did is she had work instructions. Here's how the finished cookie before it was frosted looked. Here's how the first level of layer of frosting was supposed to look. Here's how the second layer, here's how the eyes were supposed to look. Here's how the smile, here's how we package it. And these were all photographs that were in front of the people that were doing the work. So they could see that, okay, this looks pretty close, and it works out better that way. Otherwise, you'll have consistent problems. So pictures can be utilized, written work instructions on how to do something, some signage can be important. So these are standard operating procedures. These are things that were put into place on improving the most important issues. You may want to run back to your office right now and go write 500 standard operating procedures. You're never going to get it done, and I would not recommend it. But what I'd like to see is on the key problems that are solved, to cement the solution in so we keep doing it consistently, because we improved it through an action team. We solved the problem, but let's make sure it doesn't go back to the old way. So having it documented and everybody trained on how to do it this particular way is going to be really effective. Okay, so standard operating procedures. So she started writing, she started writing SOPs. So let's have a little discussion here. If I'm a $10 million a year business, which is great, and I'm making 5% of the bottom line, that's about $500,000. It's pretty good. I'm in the Bahamas now. The goal then is to increase the bottom line by $100,000. We must increase our profitability. That comes from the owner. So what are we going to go do? So what needs to be done? What should we do? Any ideas? No ideas. Stephanie, what are we going to do? We got to increase our bottom line. What are we got to do? What do we immediately look at doing? Increasing sales? Okay. Patricia, what do you think we should do? Increase sales? Absolutely. Increase our sales. Okay. What are we going to do? We got a dilemma here.
Reduce costs.
Okay, reduce costs. Fewer mistakes. What do you think? What's your opinion? Okay. Okay. All right. So that's an idea. So let's look at that. So if we're going to increase the idea is to increase sales. We have to increase sales by 20% or $2 million. Okay. And 5% of $2 million is whammo, or $100,000. We did it. Sounds pretty good. But really, in today's economy, where somebody was telling me this morning about something that was being printed was bid out at $50, and they lost the bid because they found somebody on Craigslist that could do it for $10. Okay? All right? So it is becoming a very commodity-driven marketplace. And how hard is it to increase our sales right now? It's tough to do. Can you tell me, John, I'm going to add the 100,000 by increasing sales? And I would say, good luck. It's going to be hard to do. Okay? But that's normally in this country what we do. We focus on increasing sales, because that's going to solve our problems. The reality, I see companies going from 3 million to 5 million to 10 million, and they're out of business. They've grown themselves out of business because they never looked internally to make, because they didn't make money at 3, they didn't make money at 5, and I know at 10, I've got to make money. I get there, and there's no money. In fact, I'm in worse shape than I was. So it's very difficult to do. Or there might be another idea. What if we solved internal problems that cost us 1% of sales? Because 1% of $10 million is $100,000. Which is faster? Solving the internal problems. In fact, I will tell you it's 20 times faster. So if you want the fastest path to really driving up the bottom line, it's looking internal for those problems and those sticky notes that are staring you in the face right now. Take a look at those. That's the fastest path. The other thing that Marge did is she looked at her organizational structure. This is important. She showed me her org chart. The president's on top. She has her managers and her supervisors and her line workers and so on. And then I started talking to everybody and said, well, who do we communicate with? And it kind of began to look like something like this. And this, causes problems. This is an issue for a lot of companies because it's not clearly defined on who you report to, what am I supposed to be doing in my job, in my department, and I don't really have that clearly defined. So organizational structure is something that definitely is focused on and helped Marge significantly. So she started finding the problems, she started solving them. Now it takes us to the third phase. So by the 6th month of the program, she's got a good hand, she's got a number of action teams running, she's really attacking these key issues, she's got her people working better and smarter, and now she looks at the reporting systems within the company we call assessing the solutions. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Creating proper reporting is so important for you, okay? Most of the reporting, it's because she wanted to make better decisions and really get down to control issues. She couldn't sleep at night because she wasn't sure what was really going on. Am I making money on this order? Am I not making money? What's going on within the company? Is stuff getting shipped out late? I don't really know. And her managers were telling her what she wants to hear versus what's really going on within the company. So historical reporting is what we're taught. I have a degree in accounting and finance, and I was always taught, do the income statement for the last month. So it's now, we're in October. So for the month of September, the income statement will be coming out in a couple of weeks. Well, how's that going to help me if there was a problem in the month of September? How do I go back to September and fix it? Maybe there was an issue in September 3rd that if I'd known about it, I could have corrected it, and we could have been a lot better off because of it. So historical reporting is what we're taught traditionally. It's great for your banker, and it's great for the CPA. But it is not going to help you make those decisions so you can get control over what's really going on every day within your company. And it's so important, and it's so easy to do. It's not hard to do at all. We keep great score at sports teams. Sorry about the baseball team, guys, but that's okay. I know the Sox beat you, and that's nothing to do. But and I'm from Chicago, so don't throw anything. But the fact is that we keep track of each player's statistics, how many RBIs and hits and errors, and we do that live as they're, every minute that's updated as they play the game. Why don't we keep good score in business, is my point. We need to keep better score in business. So what are people and our processes and our things, how's it going? So you can actually tell me, how's it going? Versus saying it's going great. You can say a lot of things like, well, we got 15 orders shipped on time, we're at 82%. Quality and blah, 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 blah. You can give me some real numbers here that'll make a difference. And the reason I say it's historical, it's kind of like a car driving down the highway. And if I took your windshield and I put tape over it and some newspapers and I put you on the highway, how far are you going to get down the road? If you just can look in the rear view mirror only, it's all back there is what happened, versus knowing what's going on out in front of you. You're going to last a couple of minutes, a couple seconds? Not very long. So the reason why a windshield is so big and a rearview mirror is so small is because it's a lot more important what's going on over here than it is what's going on back there. It's all history. It really doesn't matter. I need to know real-time information of what's happening right in front of me so we can make good decisions, so we can know what's going on. So, building things like real-time measurements, financial information, so you can know how things are performing. Operational information is critical. How many sales calls were made today? How many appointments were set? How many appointments went to face-to-face? How many of those proposals were reworked, or how many proposals were accepted? And all this kind of stuff this is operational stuff. This is stuff that's in your business flow map. So you need to start measuring things within the business flow map so you can see what's really going on within your company. Once you know this, you can sleep at night, or you can go fix it because today it didn't work, or this week it's not working well. So getting 5 to 7 day indices on reporting systems within your company, a real-time information is going to be critical, and it'll help you with employee accountability. It'll help you say to your people, every week, I'm going to look at you by the numbers, and and if it's not where it needs to be, I'm going to help you. We're going to try and fix it so it can get better. The last piece of it is really ensuring a successful future. Really, proper communication